So good afternoon. My name is Dylan. I'm from BizCam. I'm the business manager in charge. And today we'll be having a very short session about food and beverage application with Muntons Malticrunch Chocolate SB. Basically, this is considered a new product, and we hope we throughout this session we'll give you some idea on the background, and then also we'll focus more on different types of application for this item. Yeah. And so let's just go straight to the table of content. As usual, today this product is manufactured by Muntons. So we will cover briefly who is Muntons and what do they do. For those who are not so familiar or first time heard about this name, then we'll talk about Malt extract, the products, and then Malticrunch, our focus. Then we'll show different application areas. Then we'll quickly go into the FAQ and Q&A session. Then we'll call it an end. Yeah. So number one, who is Muntons? Very quickly, Muntons Ingredients UK is based in Southwark in the UK. Established since 1921, almost more than 100 years really. And they are the world's largest malted ingredient manufacturers, and they have the widest range of malt ingredients. Yeah. They are significant international player in supply of products to the food and beverage industry, and they have various quality certificate. We will show later. But here, just briefly, we have a BRC Global Food Standard, Halal, and then also kosher. And this is just an overview of the Muntons UK factory. We will not go in details. So basically, it's a pretty huge factory. Then there's another factory that is based in Thailand. We call it the Muntons Ingredient Thailand, and it also comes with GMP, HACCP, and ISO and HALA. So basically two factories, yeah, and mostly Thailand factory are handling all the dry products or powder products, whereby in UK they have the liquid products and the flour products. And these are the quality standard available, ISO, and then non-GMO organic for the UK, only for the UK's factory, yeah, kosher and then halal. So very quickly, we'll talk a little bit of what is malt and then what is malt extract. Basically, malt extract is made from barley, yeah? And there are three main steps in transforming barley into malt, which is steeping, germination, and kilning. Yeah. So basically, it involves control temperature in the environment, control environment to allow the enzyme to develop inside the barley to form malt. Yeah. That is when the nice color and aroma is developed and turning into malt, or another word we call it malted barley. So this is just a diagram. No need to go in details. Yeah, malting, and this is the barley. Barley for Muntons slow market-based certain maltings come from local farm within a 50-mile radius of malting itself. And we will not cover in detail. And basically what malt can do is three main functions. Yeah, texture, flavor, and color. For the texture, it improves mouthfeel of product and give crunchiness and crispiness depending on what type of products. Yeah, flavor, enhance malty flavor, boost up milkiness and chocolate flavor around product and taste. Color, enhance light brown color to dark brown color depending on grades. Yeah, because there are various grades available for malt extract. This is an overview of the different nutrients present in malt. So we can say that it's pretty nutritive. Yeah, various vitamins, minerals, and fiber and proteins. And this is also an overview of different types of flavors inside the malt, all the way from light cereal to the heavy, dark, bitter notes here. Then Muntons basically have four types of food products here, which is spray dry extract, liquid extract, and then band dry and flake flour. Today, mainly we'll be talking about band dry, which is the Malticrunch. We'll explain later. First, we talk about barley, and then undergo a control process. It becomes malt, and then they will add water, and then they cook it, and then they concentrate it. The extract they call the liquid malt extract. Yeah? Valuable source of fermentable sugars, natural coloring medium, rich malty flavor, are produced by aqueous extraction of soluble components of malted cereals and its subsequent concentration in the viscous syrup. Malted cereal can be referred to the barley or even wheat. Then so we have the barley and then become malt and then become malt extract liquid, and we can further dry it via the bend dry process, yeah, to turns it into powder form. Vacuum bend dry extract have a slightly coarser particle size and lower bulk density. Liquid extract is injected onto slowly moving bands for conveyor, then heated in a vacuum chamber to dry the extract into honeycomb. This is then broken down using a gentle milling process into its final powder form. No need to understand too detail on the drying process. We'll focus more on the application in a short while, yeah. So this is also the diagram of the liquid extract. Basically, this is the evaporator whereby the water is slowly being removed so that it turns to this thick liquid. Yeah. Then after the liquid, it can be connected to the blender, which will then go through the vacuum bend dryer during the drying process. Yeah. And this is the example of the powder. A blend of malt extract and other ingredients produce malted flavor. These ingredients are blended together in a wet phase. Mixture is then dry on vacuum bend dryer. So during this extract blender, we can add in cocoa powder, even vegetable oils or different ingredient milk powder. We can blend it together and dry to have an even powder. Yeah. It's not like the dry mixing, like outside the dry mixing powder. This is called wet blending. Yeah. And there will be no segregation issue as compared to powder blending. So malted compound product. So during this drying process, right, we can dry only the pure liquid malt extract, and then we will have the pure malt extract powder. But we also, just now we mentioned, we can mix with milk powder or cocoa powder, and then we dry together. So that mixing with other ingredients beside malt extract, we call the compound products. Compound product is a blend of malt extract and other ingredients to produce malted flavors. Ingredients are blended together in a wet phase. The mixture is then dry onto the vacuum bend dryer. This develops the color and flavor which can't be achieved in the dry blend. No segregation as already highlighted. So we have this is the mixing of malt extract and milk powder. We have the malted milk, and then we have the mixing of malt extract, milk powder, and cocoa powder. We have the malted chocolate, and this is the crunch. Yeah. This is the today key focus product. So we'll cover a little bit. Yeah, malted chocolate powder. This is a rich, creamy, chocolatey taste derived from the added dairy ingredients and cocoa powder as mentioned, and it offers a simple instant beverage mix solution. It's readily soluble and perfect for instant and RTD beverage. Yeah. So basically this powder product is you just have to add in water and then it's ready to be consumed as a beverage, or you can use in other applications such as bakery, sugar confectionery, or dairy. Yeah. There are a few ways that we can play around with it. But just briefly for instant beverage, key highlight for flavor addition, flavor masking, and flavor enhancement in powder beverage mixes, sport and nutrition supplement and cereal base. Why flavor masking? Because malt extract, the taste is very round out. And if you are formulating in a soy kind of base product whereby the soybeany taste may be not so favorable, then you can add in malt extract or the malted chocolate powder to mask off, cover off this taste. Yeah. Then bakery wise, it can fit into various products. Biscuit added crunchy texture, partial cocoa replacer, chocolate cake for the color addition, enhanced moist texture, partial cocoa replacer is also possible. Provides flavor in cream filling and sweet sponges. Then for confectionery, used in hard-boiled sugar confectionery or nougat for flavor addition. Yeah? Dairy for flavor addition in ice cream, milkshake, flavor milk, provide a creamy texture and thicker mouthfeel. And just now we talk about chocolate malt powder, malted chocolate powder. We have the malt milk, and then we have the cocoa malt powder. This one is without the milk ingredients. This one is just malt and cocoa powder. Non-sweet, perfect blend of malt and cocoa powder. So readily soluble and also instant for RTD, yeah, ready to drink. Can be paired with soy milk, almond milk, and other non-dairy milk. Similar, the cakes application in cakes, biscuits, ice cream, and instant beverages is almost same as chocolate milk powder, malted chocolate powder, sorry. But the difference is cocoa milk powder will be lacking the creaminess from the milk powder, yeah. Because certain customer they may prefer to add in their own dairy, non-dairy product like almond milk or soy milk. So probably they can use this item, whereby for the malted chocolate powder is from the cow's milk. And this is also a considered new product. Currently, we are supplying is the malted chocolate powder. If you have any interest in cocoa malt powder, do let us know. We can get you some sample to try it inside your own recipe. Then additional info, for cocoa malt powder, it can be used to replace cocoa powder, the real cocoa powder inside baking, and then or for the dessert ice cream and even in beverage. Because globally there is a short supply of the cocoa beans, so it affects the whole market. We can foresee that the cocoa powder price will go up. So by using cocoa malt powder, it could be one of the ways to reduce the cost. You can have a cost saving by using cocoa malt powder, and then you replace with the original 100% cocoa powder. So we'll talk about the powder form. Then we have the Malticrunch chocolate. This is the image of the product. It comes in a honeycomb, irregular pieces, crunchy small pieces. So basically it comes same from the band drying. So in the earlier slide, we mentioned that liquid extract is injected onto slowly moving band or conveyor, then heated in vacuum chamber to dry the extract into honeycomb. The honeycomb is considered the product of the Malticrunch chocolate. This is then broken down using a gentle milling process into finer powder form. So if basically we can control the milling degree of milling of the band dryer, if we set it into milling it into a very fine powder, that will become the malted chocolate powder. So if we just crush it or lightly mill it, then we will have bigger pieces or bigger crunch like size, which is the Malticrunch Chocolate SB. But of course, the formulation and the taste profile of malted chocolate powder and Malticrunch Chocolate SB is a little bit different. You can let us know if you want to try the sample. But for here, basically the idea is the main difference between Malticrunch chocolate and malted chocolate powder is the main difference would be the particle size. And with this difference in particle size, we can actually come up with different new ways to play around with this ingredient. So Malticrunch chocolate offers a unique texture to sweet products, mainly used in sweet products. Large particle provide crisp, crunchy texture. It provides sweet taste and chocolate and malt flavor, and is readily soluble in water. Basically, there are a few types. We have Malticrunch Chocolate SB, SA, and SC, but the regular grade currently being produced is the SB, pleasant with characteristic malted chocolate taste, aroma, and crunchy bits texture. Then so this is just of course, this is also a mix of cocoa powder, malt powder, malt extract powder, and also dairy ingredient and also sugar. Later on, we will show you the ingredient composition of this product. So quickly, we go into the application area. Number one, most commonly, one of the most common usage of Malticrunch is you can use it in a sweet spread or chocolate spread. Used in chocolate or other sweet spread for added crunchy texture and flavor addition. In contrast to the traditional chocolate spread, which is almost very smooth. Then in recent years, that there's a new trend. We have the Ovaltine, whereby they mix more chocolate, the Ovaltine powder with the rice crisps. This is one way to do a chocolate spread with to add in the crispiness. But if you don't prefer adding rice crisps into the chocolate spread, you can try with Malticrunch. So just blend it with the fats. We have a sample recipe here. Then you just fill it in the container, and it will have the crunch suspending within the fat medium. So this is just a very basic, simple recipe. Of course, you can take it as a reference, then you can further modify as your idea. You have different ideas to play around. We have the chocolate base, and then we have Malticrunch Chocolate SB. Then we just add a little bit of vegetable oil. Yeah? So very simple. We'll warm up the chocolate base with water bath. Then we add the vegetable oil. In here is canola oil. Then you stir it until it's very smooth. So next, you allow it to cool down until 15 to 20 degrees Celsius. Then you add in the Malticrunch Chocolate SB and just stir until it's well blended, and then just keep in closed containers. This is the most simple way to do it. Of course, you can add in vanilla extract or different flavor that you prefer. Yeah. So this is just a sample recipe. This is the example. Yeah. So besides rich bread, it is also possible to use in baking. Yeah. Whether it's bread or biscuit or cookies. Yeah. In here, we are showing you a sample recipe of breakfast biscuit. We have sunflower seeds, some dry raisin added in this breakfast recipe. Of course, you can modify it at your own idea. Yeah? And the dosage wise for Malticrunch Chocolate SB is about 5%. This is just a recommendation. You can feel free to adjust it based on your own preference or in the costing concern. Yeah. Then of course some of you may ask if mix this ingredient and then for baking at high temperature, so will the final product still comes with the crunch being retained? We have actually tested it. If you are doing in a biscuit, after post baking, you take out from the oven, and then when we try the biscuit, it still have the crunch there, even after probably about 2-3 months. If in a properly sealed container or the packaging, the without the moisture being absorbed, so we believe that the crunch can be retained for a very long time. And this is an example of the product, crunchy malt cookies here, and this is the recipe. Just quickly go through about the steps: cream, fat, sugar, and syrup until soft. Then add in all the dry ingredients and Malticrunch Chocolate SB as well as the seeds and raisin. Yeah, and then mix well. Then add water gradually to bring to a soft dough. Place small dough balls on tray and flatten just like normal ways how you make cookies or biscuit. And just bake at 175 degrees Celsius for 22 minutes. Definitely you should give it a try. The crunch will retain, and then you will see it should be a quite special product here. And this crunchy malt cookies is a product of Thailand, currently in Malaysia, because still considered quite new, and a couple of projects are in development. Then hopefully, if you're interested, then just throw in your idea and then request a sample from us. Yeah. Of course, then for confectionery or even for baking, you can use in fillings and toppings. Yeah. Malticrunch Chocolate SB is readily soluble in water and will not dissolve in high-fat medium such as chocolate or shortening. Yeah. So if you're using in beverage, right, Malticrunch chocolate will almost dissolve completely in a very short while. Yeah. But if let's say it's in an oil-based, like a cream-based fat shortening kind of things, it will be suspended and it will retain the crunch. It will not dissolve. So it can be directly blended into fillings to give in the chocolate malty profile and crunchy texture. Either you can use as a body in the chocolate products or in the cream fillings. Yeah. And this is some sort of bricks in the UK. And you can use you can see this is the crunch retained like some sort of filling. And then so with the soft texture of the bread, but also comes with the crunchy texture of the Malticrunch, quite special. Then also it can be used in beverage, dairies, and yogurts products. Yeah, easily soluble in powder beverage mixes as mentioned, and cereal-based beverage for chocolate malt flavor. In water, it will readily dissolve. Yeah, and then also you can use, let's say you create a mocha concept beverage. You have a coffee drink, then if you sprinkle the Malticrunch on top of it and something like this, and you just stir it, it will dissolve and it becomes a mix of coffee and cocoa. So like a mocha concept drinks. Yeah. And then also added inclusion of toppings during serving of yogurt, milkshake, and ice cream. I'm not sharing any sample recipe because mainly it's used as a topping, or you can just blend directly. And additional ideas, it can also be used in cereal bars and popcorns. And to enhance the product visual, and then crunchy texture addition, also addition of new flavor, chocolate and multi flavor into these products here. And then globally, these are the launch market product related to the crunchy multi-crunch or crunchy malt kind of concept. Yeah, we have in Australia, they have a milk chocolate, the brand name is Daryl. Then we have the crunch from Philippines. It's made of crisp rice, rice flour, sugar, barley malt. Of course, you can also just replace the rice flour or the rice crisp with just adding of multi-crunch. Then in China, they have this as the outside coating, the Malticrunch. Then Indonesia, this is a crunchy chocolate spread. They are also using a rice crisp, and they mix it with malt extract. This is one way to do it, or another way you can use replace or reduce the rice crisp, and then you use just Malticrunch. Of course, you have to manage the costing. And then also this is Wops, Australia, also a honeycomb crunch at the outside coating. So basically, multi-crunch fits more into the beverage and the sweet application. Then very quickly, we have shared you quite a few examples in different areas. Then now we will be quickly we'll go through the FAQ, and if you have any question, you can type in the chat box. Yeah. So number one, what is the ingredient composition of Malticrunch Chocolate SB? Basically, it contains sugar, whole milk powder, malt extract, maltose, and cocoa powder. Is Malticrunch Chocolate SB suitable for vegan? No, because it contains milk powder, but it's suitable for lactose vegetarian. Yeah, and even though it contains milk powder, but it's free from animal ingredients beside milk. Yeah. What kind of allergen are present in Malticrunch Chocolate SB? Mainly is gluten and dairy. What are the available packing size of Malticrunch Chocolate SB? It is available in 25 kg packing, the big paper bag, or in 500-gram aluminum zip bag. Then why Muntons malt extract, or why should try this out? Malticrunch Chocolate SB is because all Muntons product, it does not contain any artificial color and flavor